Hi, it's Darnell with Wave of Recipes, and today I'm going to be cooking up a whole chicken, and Lord willing it'll work out that it'll be a whole chicken with bacon on top in the Chefman Air Touch air fryer oven. And so we'll see how that works out. I might even throw a few potatoes on the side in there too, but we're going to get started with that cooking right now. Okay, so here I have one 4.5 pound chicken. And for seasoning, I'm only going to use one seasoning since, Lord willing, we'll get the bacon and potatoes in there later. But the one seasoning I'm using is this Old Bay lemon and herb seasoning. Someone suggested it, and it only comes in these small containers, unfortunately. But it's not the lowest cost of spices, I'll say, but everyone knows that I really enjoy Old Bay. So someone thought I'd really enjoy this, so I, picked up some and going to give it a shot, and we'll see how it does on this chicken. I'm just going to go ahead and season over the entire chicken now, and then I'm going to set it over here in this pan. In this baking pan, I have a Copper Chef bacon grill mat lining the pan. Nothing in the video is sponsored, by the way, but if you want to get any of this stuff, usually if you check in my Amazon shop, there's a link in the video description. If it's in stock, you'll be able to find it there. If it doesn't come up for some reason, they're probably out of stock. But also got the iGrill 2, and I'm going to be putting the iGrill 2 meat pros into the chicken, one in the breast, one in the thigh, to measure the temp while we cook this. But I'm going to get this all set up now. Alright, so now I'm going to take my chicken, put it right into the cooker. The cooker has no preheat. You can extend cooking time if you want, and then put things in after maybe it's been running for 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm going to put it in with no preheat at all on the lower rack. It only has a high and a low rack, and close up there. I am able to close up flush with the, wire is not causing any issue. And so going to turn the cooker on now, and I'm going to click on convection bake, and I'm going to set the temperature to 375. I'm going to set the time up to a full hour, and we'll see how this does for a full hour. My plan, I will tell you now, is, and I'll just go ahead and hit start so things start cooking, but my plan is to let things get up to about 145 degrees Fahrenheit on the chicken, and once the breast meat's 145, I expect the thigh with those lower heating elements to get hotter a lot faster. But once the breast is about 145, I'm going to take it out. When I bring you back, I'll have it over on my stove top there, and I'm just going to put the bacon on it, and I'll let you see me putting the bacon on it, and I'll get the potatoes, Lord willing, in there on the pan, and then put it all back and let it cook till it's done, and we'll see if that works out. But I'll bring you on back in a little bit. I think that on the bottom there, probably from some cleaner I was using or something, there's a little bit of smoke coming up, but that's not like a problem or anything. That's from, I guess when I was cleaning it or something, or there may have been, a crumb or something. I wouldn't worry about that. This cooker usually doesn't have any smoke problems. I know just starting out, you see maybe some smoke coming off of there from whatever reason, but I think that'll dissipate, and I think that's probably caused by me. We'll put it that way. Definitely caused by me. But that'll dissipate. And I'll bring you on back in a little bit when things are, maybe around that 145 degree mark in that breast meat. Alright, so we let things cook for about 37-38 minutes. Temp's up to 144, so I just stopped it there. But I wanted it to go to, have about 20 minutes left. It's got a little more than that, and things are already near 145, so things are going as planned so far. And I've got some potatoes, there's just like 3 small potatoes I cut up. And, just going to throw those down around the bottom here, around the base. Those can just, sit and soak up some juices and good stuff like that while those sit in there. I'll pull this up here. Now the cooker only pauses to open the door, so basically I gotta leave the door open, lose most or all of my heat in that process of the door sitting open while I do all this dressing up. I could close it and then just restart the time with what I had left if I want it, but hey, I got to put it back in anyway when I'm done. So just got the door set and wide open there, and I don't care. And with bacon, you know, if you want, you could use like toothpicks to secure your bacon down, but I'm not pressed about that, so I'm just putting my bacon on top and just covering the top of the chicken with the bacon. It's been out, I guess, you know, a little for a moment or two now, so it's not like the chicken is cold or, I mean, is hot or anything, too hot to kind of manipulate these wings at least, you know, without burning my hand or anything like that. So just getting myself some bacon in there under that wing. I'm just trying to, you know, dress the top with some bacon and see if that, you know, adds a little something neat to the flavor, I think, you know. I think it'll be a nice little thing to do. So we got 4 slices of thick sliced bacon. This is some Wright brand thick sliced bacon from my Sam's Club. So just throwing that over there like that. So that looks pretty decent to me. And I guess we could put one more, but then we'd have one on top of another. So I'm not going to stack the bacon on top of another like that. We'll just leave that wing area that's kind of free and open as it is. But I'm going to put this on back in, let things continue cooking, and then I'll bring you on back. Alright, so we're coming down to less than the last 30 seconds of this cook. There's just like 20 some seconds left. The temperature is 164 degrees in the breast. In the thigh, let's see, it's 174 in the thigh. So what I'm going to do, if it hasn't reached 165 in the next 7 seconds, Lord willing, maybe it will, but I'll leave it in there, let carryover jump it up to 165 before I pull it out. So time's up, and I'm just going to leave it for a moment and see if carryover, you know, leaving it in the hot cooker can do the work to get it up to 165. And there we go. We're at one. Well, it teetered. Now it's at 165. So it's reached 165. I'm going to get it out. What I have here, just to show you, to talk about this, is basically I've got the cutting board. I'm not going to put the chicken on the cutting board. I'm going to put the whole pan and such up here since I got the potatoes and all that in there. Just going to set it up here. What I'm trying to do is to mitigate the heat, so that, you know, we've got this cooling rack. Well, you know, it's kind of like a rack I use for cooking, but using it as a cooling rack. And then I got the cutting board to try and mitigate the heat so that I don't mess up the countertop here. So going to go ahead and turn the iGrill 2 off, and, you know, get these probes, you know, I'll be able to more easily move things around. We're just going to get it on out of here. We see the bacon looks good, the potatoes look good, everything looks like it cooked up quite nicely. So that's pretty good setup there. I think that looks pretty nice. I'm just going to get these probes out. Alright, so I've given this maybe about 5 minutes to just hang out and reabsorb juices. Do want to point out there was no smoke issues at all. And you can see, you know, that bacon cooked up nice. The potatoes got a little searing on them. Just show you one there. So they came out, you know, pretty nice. I'm just gonna set one of those there for taste testing. I know some of the bacon might fall off or whatever when I cut it, but for me, you know, the initial pull-out look that I wanted has been achieved. So I don't mind how it falls apart from this point. I got what I wanted from this thing. So, and I think, you know, that bacon, you know, maybe some can go into the, I don't, you know, expect that it necessarily penetrated the skin very much, you know, with bacon flavor, but I think this will, you know, be pretty good. And cut down in there, try and get the slice off. Some of you know I'm not the greatest carver. I can show you how to cook with an air fryer, but don't look to me to be your perfect meat carver at all. And I'll say it's not the knife's fault at all. It's totally the left-handed cutter. Alright, we got that off there. We got some bacon, we got some chicken, we got some potato. So, got a little of it all there. And so now we'll do a taste test. Alright, so here's our finished dish, and we'll thank the Lord for this tasty food. I'm going to get a piece of, well, I guess I can't get the potato, but I can get the bacon and the chicken in one bite, and then I'll have to try the potato in a separate bite. Got a piece of cartilage off in that bite, but now we got a potato here, so let's try this. That turned out very good, very good. I mean, the cooker did a great job. You saw the top, you know, before I put the bacon on, it wasn't like burnt over or anything. Then that bacon on top makes sure that it doesn't get burnt over, and you know, adds a little nice touch to the top of that chicken too. So no need to add foil, you can add bacon. I like it. And so, you know, the seasoning, I guess I didn't get enough of the meat with the seasoning. Let me actually get a little piece of the meat so that we can see how that is for the seasoning that I put on it. Just give me a quick sec. So I've got a piece of the meat to just taste the seasoning. The seasoning tastes good. It tastes decent. I mean, I guess, you know, where I'm at now, I don't get access to a whole lot of like blue crabs to try it out with some blue crabs or anything. But it's alright. I mean, would I say it's leaps and bounds above regular Old Bay? Not really, but it's good. It's good. I like Old Bay, and I like all forms of Old Bay as far as seasonings are concerned. Some of you remember I did use Old Bay hot sauce. That I didn't really like too much, but I like the seasoning. And this lemon and herb seasoning is, you know, it's pretty decent. But I will say again, you know, it's not the lowest cost. You can probably get like a big thing of the regular Old Bay for a much more better price at your warehouse clubs. But all the same, it's all good. And so, you know, thank God for that. It all came out nice, you know, didn't get messed up or anything. And so, basically with all of that said, if you want, you can find in the video description a link to a printable version of the recipe. There's also links in the video description for things like my cookbook and other stuff, ways to help the channel. And so, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Share the video with your friend, leave your comments, subscribe, hit that notification icon, and good eating.